Today, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, has launched its blockchain-focused ETF in Europe. Chainlink has partnered with Swift to give institutions access to blockchain capabilities, and Kevin O'Leary has something to say to JPMorgan CEO. BlackRock